Hi everyone, it's Michelle again, and I want to talk to you about your policies. All right, so as a business owner, you are responsible for communicating to your parent clients what it is that you want them to know or your procedures within your family childcare business. And what you want to do is you want to create a policy handbook. And your policy handbook is, like I said, is going to communicate your procedures to your parent clients. And I'm going to talk to you again about um, contracts and policies written by Tom Copeland. It is an excellent, excellent book on giving you ideas and samples of what your policy should look like. So, this is my policy book right here. Um, uh, it has been done over and over again many times because as you move along in your family childcare business, you are going to find that you're going to have to add or take away some of the policies in your book. And so I want to give you an idea of what goes into your policy handbook. Now, we talked about contracts before, and the contract is what talks about time and money. All right, that binds the service that you are providing to your client. The policy handbook talks about the procedures that you implement within your business in caring for the children, as well as what parents um, should do or not do within the childcare home. And so I just want to kind of go over some of the things that are going to be in your handbook. Now, you definitely want to have a table of contents because you're going to be writing a lot of things in your handbook, and so you want to have a table of contents so that when your clients are looking at to see if they want to have a question about something, they can always go and see what your policy is on that specific area. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything like that, your policy handbook, but it does have to be readable and understandable. And so, once again, as you want to make your handbook as plain as possible, you want your writing to be very specific as to what you're going to do or not going to do about a certain thing, and also the wording. So, you don't want to say, do not do this, but you want to have it written so that they are implementing the things that you stress in your policy. So you definitely want to have a welcome. And so you want to welcome them to your child care because the welcome is probably something that they're going to see for the first time in your policy book. And so you want to let them know you appreciate them uh, uh, choosing you as their child care provider. All right, you want to have your philosophy. What is your philosophy of teaching or children, whatever the case may be, and what's included in your fees? And remember, your policies don't deal with money, and so you're not going to have money things in here, but you are going to make reference to a lot of the things and policies and procedures. So you want to have your registration policy, how you communicate with your families. Are you going to use texting? Are you going to use email or all of the above, face to face? You want to have your hours in there. You want to talk about trial periods and withdrawals. You want to have your payment schedule, the meals and the snacks. How, if you're going to be transporting children, how are you going to do that? Um, you also may want to provide, um, a sample of, how you'll be driving to a certain. I know I do field trips, and so I let the parents know we're going to be going by car, and I may text them and say, we're leaving now or we've returned or something like that. You don't have to do that, but that may be something you want to put in your policy handbook. You want to talk about your holidays and your vacation, bereavement, jury duty. You want to talk about natural disasters. I have my entire emergency preparedness plan in my handbook because parents want to know if there's a tornado, what are you going to do? If there's a blizzard, what do you want your parents to do? They need to and they should be guided on what your policies are. You're caring for their children. That is their most precious, precious gift. And so you want to let the parents know what you're doing in your business for that. How you discipline. What are your discipline policies? You want to have that in your policy handbook as well. What is the code of conduct? You want to let your parents know. How are they to pull up in your home? How are they to act in your home? How are the children supposed to behave in the home? And so I have created house rules. I've also created rules for my toddlers. And then I have my overall class rules. And so you want to implement those or put those in your policy handbook. How are you going to handle fire drills? What's your fire drill procedures? How often and what types of drills do you do? We don't just do fire drills anymore. We also do evacuations and things like that. So how are you going to handle those things? What do you do about items from home? Do you not want them to bring items from home? What you will do if they bring things from home, toys. I know I put the toys in their cubby, and so that's something that you probably want to put in your policy handbook. Also, you want to talk about diapering and dressing. Um, a lot of us diaper. That's what we do. That's included in our schedule even, and so you want to even put your schedule in your policy handbook. Your nap times or rest periods. You want to talk about your potty training. What are your procedures for potty training? You even want to say what you refer to things when you're potty training. Are you calling it pee or poop? I know these things are kind of funny, but you want to express those things to the parents. And you want to talk about special needs and different circumstances. What do you do for your special needs children? And if something should happen, what is the procedure that you do for them? You want to talk about pets. Do you have any pets in your home? Do you allow parents to bring their pets? A lot of parents have their dogs or what have you. And I know you want to put that in there. You want to talk about field trips, outdoor play, how you handle birthdays. I do birthday parties for my children, and I explain to parents that that is something that we do. You want to talk about computer or media use, and that's also important too. Parents want to know how often are my children on the computer, or how often do they use tablets, or whatever the case may be. You want to also have your daily schedule. You want to have your daily schedule maybe for your infants, your toddlers, your preschools. You want to have your talk about how you handle vacation, your vacation, the child's vacation, repairs and replacement of personal property. You want to talk about smoking, alcohol use, pickup time, drop off time, parking in your driveway, ringing the doorbell, um, all types of things like that. Unscheduled closures, any handbook updates, and you want to also have a resource page in your policy handbook where parents can go to and see, you know, what is the number for my resource and referral agency? How can I find out more about nursing my children? That's another thing too. Do you have a place where you are telling the parents about nursing or breastfeeding? Those are all very, very important things. And then lastly, you want to have your signature page where you sign and the parents sign, and that is very important. And you also want to give them a copy of these things so that they can read your policy handbook. They know they've signed off of them, and so that is an agreement also that you have. And so let me know what you put in your policy handbook. Everybody's is different depending on your business. And so, but this is a very important part of having your business. So take care, and I will talk to you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Please put your comments below. A lot of times you put your comments, it can help somebody else, or it may jar somebody's mind as to maybe other things that they can put in their policy handbook. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video.